Siskind from Dog News Daily, and I'm with Bryan Jaffe from Cascadia Capital, an investment bank up in Seattle that covers the pet industry very closely. How are you doing, Bryan?
Doing well, thank you.
I wanted to talk to you today about what you recently wrote in your pet industry report about the consolidation of the pet industry, and we're in front of the Natura booth because they've recently been acquired by Procter & Gamble. Do you want to talk about that for a couple minutes?
Sure, absolutely. You know, the pet industry is a huge industry, you know, more than $50 billion worth of revenue at retail. And it's very, therefore, relevant to consumer-branded good companies. And relative to their, sort of core markets, the pet industry is growing faster. And as a result, they're trying to get, enhanced exposure. The problem has been that they've historically taken a, grow it in-house mentality. But thus far, over the last couple of years, a lot of the smaller independent companies have in fact been taking market share. So they've started to step out and in fact, make acquisitions in an effort to buy growth and to take those customers that they've lost elsewhere back in-house and sell other products to them. So I see this as a trend that is emerging again, and one that's going to take hold for the next several years.
Do you see this also happening on the retail side of the business?
Yeah, the retail side of the industry is also undergoing significant change. Petco and PetSmart have traditionally been the dominant players on the independent side, but they're fighting a market share battle now with Walmart. And at the same time, they're not able to provide the highest level of service that customers come to expect, primarily due to the transient nature of their employee population. So there's been a fair amount of investment and transactions involving the independent side of pet retail, and I fully expect that those companies will make a major run at market share against Petco and PetSmart. And I think it's overall to the benefit of the industry. When consumers win, the industry wins.
Final question, what single product category have you noticed to be a fast-growing category within the dog segment of the pet industry?
Sure. I think food is the most interesting and fastest growing segment, primarily because you feed your dog every day. It is something that you can't necessarily sort of trade out of, where a number of the other categories, including hard goods and treats, have a little bit more sort of discretionary content to them. People are really focused on what they put in their dog's bowl on a day in and day out basis, and food is now expanding to be food plus nutrition, and that's meeting more consumers' needs, and therefore I see that as one of the most exciting categories. Add into it consolidation, there's more to come, and it will enable a lot of new and emerging brands to fill the shelf space that is in fact being left as a result of M&A transactions, and I expect to see more growth over the next couple of years.
This is Alan Siskind for Dog News Daily. I want to thank Bryan Jaffe from Cascadia Capital for spending some time with us today.
Thanks for having me, I appreciate it.